All right, everyone got head coach Ben Olsen here for you. Ben, just your thoughts on that result here at home.
No, not the one we wanted, that's for sure. And again, it's a little bit of a broken record sometimes when I'm up here. And we played well. We have a lot of chances. Great first half. A little stagnant in the second half to get going, but then second part of that first half we were sharp and again created a ton more chances. I don't know. Can I well, here it is. Sorry. 18 shots is pretty good. 71% of the ball is pretty good. Yeah, look, we can do all this stuff, but we didn't make the play and they made the play. So I don't have much more than that, other than if we're gonna be the team we want to be, we have to be killers, and we have to be way more cutthroat in the final third. There's enough chances there to see that game out, and we can't expect our defense to put up shutouts every game at home. And so we can analyze the set piece. Obviously, we got to continue to work on defensive set pieces, but in the end, we got to see out a few of those plays and make our life easier on the defensive end.
All right, question in the room. Start with.
Hello, Ben. Chris here. Prior to this time, Dynamo had a beautiful head-on-head record against Toronto FC. But today's game, as I said, the first half was very good, but the second half was a little bit different. But the question I want to ask is, in the first half, Dynamo seemed to play better on the ball, on the ground, towards goal. But in the second half, they started playing more of long balls. And the average height of the Toronto FC defense is like 6 feet 5'11", which ratio to the Dynamo attackers are kind of small. So was that part of the second half pep talk?
No. No, it wasn't. But, when a team sits back that much and absorbs and continues to absorb, there's really, really fine spaces that sometimes you do have to serve a ball in and grab seconds and cause a little chaos. So I think, but you're not wrong in that there was some impatience, in particular when they get the goal. I thought our inability to take the extra pass wasn't good enough maybe in the second half, and our just running off the ball was poor, in particular wide, just actions, making more actions, making our own luck, more options in behind I thought could have been better, but again, there's enough there. There's enough chances. You saw the game. So, if when teams score in particular and they make it very difficult for you and really shrink, it's hard to connect a bunch of passes in and around the goal. There's a lot of numbers in there for them.
One last question. I noticed there's a Blessing Latif and Griffin. When they play together, I noticed they don't seem to pass more to each other. Is it?
What do you want me to say to that? No, they don't pass the ball to each other. Like, what do you mean? They're just not. They're not connecting.
They're not connecting.
Okay,
I think that's a better word.
I'll work on them. I'll work on their connections. So we'll keep working on them.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll go there.
Hey, Ben. Going a little bit on about the off the ball and not running well. Is it because it was the first game back after 3 weeks? You think it's the fatigue or just the match fitness?
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with match fitness. We're fitter than them. We had the ball for 71% of the time. I don't, I don't think that has anything to do with it. They were off the same amount of time, so the first half, did we look rusty? I didn't think we looked rusty. I thought we were pretty damn good in the first half. We just didn't score 4 or 5 pretty good chances. In the second half, they tightened things up even more, and it was harder to break them down. And we had a few other good chances, and we didn't score them. And they had a set piece, and they headed it, and it deflected off one of our players' backs and went in the corner. Maybe we needed that tonight, and we didn't have it. But again, not good enough when it comes to seeing out plays and being killers. And that's when we faltered this year, that's been the case. And so we'll get back and we'll work on a few things to continue to push this team forward. But we're in an okay spot. We got a tough schedule. It's only going to get harder. But it's a challenge we're looking forward to. Like, let's go.
And lastly, my last question. I know that Toronto was sitting back, and you were looking for, I think you were frustrated not getting the opportunity, and you sent out Sebas, putting out 2 strikers in the front. Well, it was just the moment just trying to get back in the game. It felt like the team was more reactive with 2 strikers. Now, was it the urgency of getting back in the game, or was it just them 2 connecting well up front?
Well, I don't know if they really connected well. Sebas had a very good opportunity they didn't do well with. And, yeah, it's 2 forwards. We need to get balls in the box late. Brad comes in and gets some service. We get a couple looks. Again, it's just trying to get some numbers in the box, and they did okay. But if you're looking for me to do that, if that's what you're probing at, probably not. I don't see that in the future, but you never know.
Hi, Coach. Today, the fans, they were loud, right? And how much do you need? How much does the team need them to come out, as the next 3 games out of 4 will be here at home against tough opponents?
We need them. It was a good crowd tonight, and again, that makes it hurt a little bit more, right? Where it's just, again, didn't send them home happy, and that's what we'd like to do. Again, some good stuff, some enough chances, and they had there was a good energy in the building, so we're going to need that going forward.
And then also, we've seen it, right, that the team can come back really quickly. You have said this schedule fluctuates. So how can the team do that? You and your coaching staff, you have mentioned it, that you guys have had a meeting. So how can you do that this week during practice to come back after this?
Well, this is what we do. It's not the end of the world. We lost the game. And we'll get back and we'll work hard and we'll get ready for LA. That's what we do. We're not gonna fall apart. We're gonna get back to work. And we're in an okay spot. We like to certainly move forward. We losing home games is unacceptable. But this is what it is. We'll move over and try to get better.
All right, everyone, got defender Erik Sviatchenko here. Erik, just your thoughts on that result there here, 1-0 loss at home.
I'm frustrated. It's not the same kind of record that we're putting on, but we have had these kind of home games where we've been dominating, but just didn't get the result that we have hoped for the game. I think we had chances enough, created enough, were dominated on the ball, especially the first half. I don't think they all saw our goal, as I remember. And then second half, 53rd minute, a set piece, which has been our issue in some games where we just kind of switches off, and then they have an opportunity and then they score. And from there on, again, we tried, but as I said, 71.6% possession weren't enough, because I still think we had a lot of shots blocked. They were really, really kind of, they gave everything. They were blocking everything, and shout out to them. They did well in the defense. So a frustrating evening.
So David up here. Up here.
Hi, Erik. Today the fans were loud. How much do y'all need them, as the next 3 games out of 4 will be here at home?
No, I actually I could hear that there was a difference also in the warm-ups before there was more people. So I feel like we're going the right way, and as you say, we have I think in the last 10 games we have 6 of them, I think, at home. This one was the first, and they were behind us for sure. And the sequences with the set pieces, they were loud, and we need that kind of for every game. And of course we are unhappy that we couldn't kind of give that win that we had all hoped for tonight. But the next games are coming now. Next week we go away to LAFC, and as we remember last year, we had 2 good games against them before we got to the conference final. So hopefully we'll see some of the good performances that we had last season against them.
And then the top 4, right? Does tonight's result, as the players, does this put more pressure on you on further, like those 3 games? Does this put more pressure on the club, tonight's result?
It was an important game, but we still have everything in our own hands. 5 home games now. Doesn't need to be kind of a soft sleeping pillow that just because we have home games we will win. We need more than we saw today. Everything was good, but it was just not good enough in the sense of getting the goals. So everything is fine at the moment. We played a game that was 9 out of 10 we would win. Today didn't succeed. So I'm still very, very confident that we will make the playoffs, but we want to get higher. We don't want to be at 7th or 8th and 9th to get that wild card. We want to go up, as you said, top 4, and that requires, I would say, at least 4 or 5 wins within the last 9 games.
Hi, Erik.
Hi.
Just a quick question about the defense today. I mean, it was an unfortunate goal from a set piece. You mentioned it. The team has struggled throughout the season with set piece goals. What is something that you would like to, talk to the players? What is something that you want to motivate to the guys that there's still time to make adjustments?
Yeah, the funny thing is that we trained the last 2 weeks so meticulous on set pieces, how to defend them and how to be a bit more kind of hard in the duels and grab people and help each other out, and we need those moments to be critical, and especially like we just came out of second half, 45 minutes, and it's 53 minutes, and they score a goal, and in my kind of recollection, there have been too many of these situations, either very late in the game or just like within the first 15 minutes of second half, and that's something that we need to be able to kind of be better at, feel those moments. And of course, it would be nice not to give away set pieces, but that's football sometimes. So we have looked into it the last 2 weeks within data. Where are we located in the league? And we need to improve, but it's up to every individual within that kind of specific role to lift their level. And if we do that, we can avoid getting those goals against us.
And after the goal, it seemed like you guys were doing everything within your power to get that equalizer. And you mentioned that a lot of shots were blocked, including some of yours. What was going on through your head as you were kind of forced a little higher onto the pitch and kind of seeing the defense getting higher and higher?
No, it's frustrating. We get into those spots, a lot of us, and like the last many games, I've had a higher position. The way that we play allows me to go up, and I've developed that in my game, so I'm more of a threat, especially when we build up with 3 instead of just being a defender staying back. I can help out, and I'm doing my best to help out, and some of it works really well, and some of it I need to improve on. So yeah, it was annoying that the shot that I think would have gone in was blocked in the second half, and the first half was a good save. But yeah, we had chances, and it's annoying to see those information that I have here on the screen that it didn't lead to at least a shutout, and from there on we can go. But to lose a game at home against Toronto that was struggling for 90 minutes, it's hard.
Anything else in the room? Yep, like there.
Hi, Erik. So LAFC is coming next game here. And how different is for you to play against stars like Hugo Lloris, Denis Bouanga, or Oliver Giroud? How different is for you?
No, it's always exciting. This league is growing in the sense of getting better players every single transfer window, and we as kind of fellow colleagues of this league, it's always nice to see that those kind of superstars choose to go to MLS, and they still have a lot to offer. It's not a retirement league at all. We have players running around. that are incredible. I just saw, was it Andre Gomez from RSL going to a Rennes for $12 million or something like that. So it proves that MLS is very kind of, it's a great place to develop and not just kind of retire, even though some of the players that you mentioned are older, but they're still very impactful. So it's going to be a challenge, but as I referenced here, we had 2 really, really good games against them last season, and we'll look to do the same.
Anything else in there? Yep, front.
Hey, Eric.
Hi.
So these games seem to be kind of repeating themselves where y'all dominate the game or play better than the opponent. How is the defense handling all the pressure that is being put on y'all to maintain scoreless? Because the offense is struggling to score those goals. How are y'all maintaining y'all's composure on the back line back there?
No, it's a very important job for us to keep that kind of concentration, and I think we did that for the whole game. It was not much that was slipped up. I think we have the 4th best defense maybe, or up so there, and the same as last season. So of course we are very, very good defense across the entire 2 conferences, but it is tough when you have 71% of possession, included us in the defense that are working with the offense, and then kind of having that thought that we're struggling at the moment. But then again, we saw other games where we just kind of smooth, boom, we score 1-2, and then it's done. Kind of against Toluca, we scored 4 goals, 2 of them were disallowed. So it's frustrating, of course, having that kind of put on you, but it's a high-pressure game, football, and we need to be always kind of on our toes. And yeah, I enjoy that part of the game, that you're always focused. You need to be on your A game in every single situation. And if you make a foul or a mistake, of course, it's going to be put on us. But we need to take that responsibility in order to help the offense feeling that kind of confidence that they can go and we'll sort whatever that's for us.